UFC Fight Night, Tybura versus Spivac just finished, and I'm going to be breaking down this card. This card was pretty bad. A lot of decisions, a lot of phone time for me. A lot of times I'm scrolling on TikTok. Not a great card for action. There was a couple fights that were pretty decent. The Spivac fight was decent for as long as it lasted, a minute. That's Yusuf Zalal, a good fight, but that's about it. Oh, Kazama. But yeah. Anyways, let's break it down. It's my first one, so if I sound like an idiot, don't hate me. Stephanie Luciano versus Talita Alankar. Well, Talita Alankar is supposed to be a great grappler. She's a world champion somewhere. I don't know. They said BJJ world champion when she was on Contender Series when they first fought this matchup. And she dominated that first matchup. She won the first 2 rounds. And then she gassed out. 3rd round, Luciano really poured it on. There's some nice body kicks, but Luciano ended up being the favorite in this fight. And I think people saw the hole in Alankar's game, which ended up being true because she didn't even shoot a takedown in the first round in this fight. And Luciano, she's the better fighter. She got a lot better since their first matchup a year ago. And she's light on her feet. She doesn't throw a lot of strikes. I don't like how she's not in the pocket as much in women fighting. Like, these girls don't hit hard. Be in the pocket. Stop darting. You're not Dom Cruz. You're not old Connor. You're not one of those people. But she did look athletic. That's the one thing that you can give Luciano. She looked athletic. She fought more like a man than Alankar. And usually that gets it done in women's MMA. So I think she deserved the win. And I think that she's going to be a decent contender unless someone takes her down, because we saw her holes in her grappling in that Contender Series fight. But on to the next fight. Let's look at... I made a lot of money on this fight. I went 3-0 this card. 3-0 this card. Made a lot of money. Yusuf Zalal. I was watching his vlogs. He's Moroccan. I'm Moroccan. But he does say the N-word a lot. I don't say it. French Montana says it. My dad doesn't say it. He says it a lot. And then he said in an interview afterwards, after the fight today, he goes, I'm light-skinned. And I'm like, dog, we're Moroccan. But nevertheless, he looked good. He's a really good fighter. I watch his vlogs. If you watch these vlogs of these MMA fighters, you'll learn a lot. Especially if you like Yusuf Zalal today. He said up this whole week he was doing a lot of tape study on Errens. Errens doesn't give his back. He goes forward a lot. Yusuf Zalal was talking about calf kicks, which I like to hear, especially because Errens got hurt to the calf by Sung Woo Choi. Both of them fought Sung Woo Choi. Yusuf Zalal lost on in a decision, but it was a short notice fight for him. I think it was like a week notice for him, and Errens lost. I think 29-28. He had a decent showing against Sung Woo Choi, but Sung Woo Choi kind of dominated. But Yusuf Zalal is not the same fighter that fought in his previous stint with the UFC. He's much better. He looks good. He was kind of scared to get hit back in the day. He was one of those like Luciano type, like, oh, I'm just gonna dart. If they start an action, if they feint hard, I'm gonna dart. I'm gonna float. I'm gonna float. I'm gonna reset, and then no action would happen. But if you watch his last 3 fights, especially in the regional scene, when he was fighting some of these trash cans, and when he fought Billy Q, he was in the pocket a lot more. And I knew that a submission was gonna happen soon. He said it. He said it from the get-go. He said in his vlogs, he said, I might get a guillotine and sweep him. That's what he was looking for. And I was like, all right, bet. Plus 180, under 2.5. Let's lock it in. Easy. You could have taken under 2.5 plus 180, or Zalal inside distance or plus 185. Same thing. I put 5K. Made a good amount of money. Went 3-0 to this card. Whatever. We'll go back to the next ones. Okay, next fight. Who is it? Next fight. I was wrong on this fight. I didn't bet it, but I was wrong. I said Carl Williams is probably going to win, take him down. Austin Lane took down Denise. Like, Jonata Denise got mounted by Austin Lane. Austin Lane's one of the worst fighters I've ever seen. The thing is, the only reason why I didn't bet this fight is because I thought this fight was closer than the line made it. I think Carl Williams like minus 220, minus 230. He's not that big of a favorite over Denise. I thought maybe minus 150. Denise has really good hands. He's good. He's a good kickboxer. Nice leg kicks. Carl Williams, he has a problem. He strikes. And then he wrestles. He doesn't strike and wrestle. And that's a big problem. Like, throw an overhand. Get a knee tap. Stuff like that. Don't throw a 1-2-3 and then pause and then feint and then go for a takedown. Denise saw all the takedowns coming. He like just stuffed them, block shed them like in football, and just dominated the first 2 rounds. Third round, Carl Williams finally got a takedown, finished the round on top, and Denise won 29-28 and then 30-27 on some scorecards or something like that. But he dominated. He's a pretty good fighter. He's not one of these fat heavyweights that Carl Williams just sits on top like Tafa. But I saw people saying, "Oh, Tafa's much better than Denise." Tafa's not even close to Denise's level. Denise is a really decent kickboxer. Tafa is just a 1-2, one overhand, no leg kicks, no setups, brawler. I mean, Tafa is not that level. I think Denise would probably be like a minus 250, minus 300 favorite over Tafa if they fought right now. But on to the next fight. I think the next fight is the girl fight. Yeah, this fight was decent. Penny Kianzad, I don't know how she's ranked. She beat some Swedish girl. Back in the day, she was ranked. I forgot her name. She beat a Swedish girl, and she was ranked, and then she became ranked, and she lost to Messi Chesian last fight. She got dominated by Carol Rosa this fight. Yeah, I don't know how she's... Like, you see she has decent skill. She'll sit in the pocket. You can respect that. But I think the hand speed is too slow, and like the confidence is not there. Carol Rosa dominated her with elbows, kicked her calf many times, wobbled her a couple times, made her bleed, cut her. Yeah, just all-around domination by Carol Rosa. I mean, she was just the better fighter. She's pretty decent. I mean, she lost to, I think, Sarah McCann. I bet her on her like 2 years ago. And I'm like, I'm never betting on Carol Rosa again. This girl's a quitter. She sucks, but looks decent. I probably will never bet on her ever again, but she's better than I thought she would be. So, let's go to the next fight. Where is it? Next fight. This is a good fight. Kazama versus Gregorio. Kazama is probably going to get cut from the UFC, and I think he knew that. And he fought like that, and I respect it. I mean, I watched him in Road to UFC. He was dominating those guys in Road to UFC because he was just a bull in a china shop, and that's how he fought. First, no, I don't even think they touched gloves, and he literally shot a double leg right away. Got him to the cage, clinched for a while, and then finally got him down, took his back. Gregorio is not UFC caliber whatsoever. The guy's, I don't even know how he's won 8 fights. Now he's 8-5. It makes sense. He's 8-5? Yeah, he's 8-5. That makes sense. The guy's garbage. I mean, I can't put it in any other way. He's garbage. And I think that Kazama is not UFC caliber either, but his jiu-jitsu is UFC caliber. In the second round, Gregorio threw a flying knee to start. I was like, okay, all right, respect. And then Kazama got knocked down. I thought he was out. And then Gregorio just gassed. I mean, fight IQ. These guys don't have fight IQ whatsoever. UFC fighters, some UFC fighters have to be the dumbest people on earth. Like, how you rock this dude after 3 or 4 punches and elbows. Make him stand back up. You're dominating the stand-up. He throws 3 or 4 punches, he goes down. You watched Kazama versus Armfield. You watched him versus Nakamura. I mean, I hope you're doing tape study if you're was Sarah Longo team. I hope you're doing it with Gregorio. I hope you're doing tape study. Come on. I mean, you know this guy gets wobbled. You know this guy gets hurt on the feet. I'm going to go in his guard and lay in his guard and throw elbows and then hopefully finish this fight. Get up, back up, call him back to his feet. Once you call him back to his feet, you try to get another knockdown. And then you pass guard. You don't pass the feet. Move the feet to one side, step over. Get knee on belly. Get mount. Something. Don't stand in guard. Don't sit in guard. It makes no sense. These fighters, man. He sat in guard. Gregorio sat in guard. He got tired. Laid and prayed like he's a Dagestani. Laid and prayed. Ended up getting triangled. And he basically quit. I mean, he let Kazama pass his his arm to this side right here. It was out like this. Made him pass it. He quit. I mean, that's what it is. He quit. And I don't think the UFC will have him back, honestly, after that performance. It's a disgrace that this card's even going on with him. He should be prelim. The best fight of the night. The best fight of the night because I put 5K on it. And I took Yana Santos at minus 140. Easiest fight I think I've had of this whole year. I mean, this line was an absolute joke. This line was a disgrace. Yana Santos just fought Holly Holm, Irene Aldana. Who else did she fight? Irene Aldana, Holly Holm, Carol Rosa. Chelsea Chandler, she fought Nunes, not Amanda, Josiane, got destroyed by Norma Dumont and beat Stolyarenko, who's now at 125, and Chelsea Chandler missed weight. I mean, did you even try to make weight? Did you try to make weight? I mean, this is disrespectful. Anyways, Yana Santos took her. I said, Chelsea Chandler, I bet on her versus Nunes. In the Nunes fight, I had a lot of money on her versus Nunes fight, which was an underdog. She's really good when she's the bully, but awful when she's getting bullied, when she's the nail. And that's what happened in the Norma Dumont fight. Remember when she was running across the cage when she got hit? Yana Santos, good clinch, good jab. Chelsea Chandler does not move her head. She does not defend low kicks. I mean, I think Yana Santos threw the same 3 combinations in the first round, ended with a low kick. And Chelsea Chandler had no answer to that. I mean, she got front kicked to the face like 2 or 3 times. I don't understand. I don't understand why people were on Chelsea Chandler. This was a joke of a line. I should have put more on her. Maybe I should have put 10, 15. But, I mean, I trusted her to win, and she got it done easily. And that's all I could ask for. Let's see, who was the next fight? Yeah, I'm sorry. Chris Gutierrez is not top 15. He's not top 15. This guy, Quang Bang Lee, came on short notice, controlled Chris Gutierrez for half the round in the second. You were just in a main event with Song Yadong. Song Yadong? Yeah, you were just in a main event with Song Yadong. And you're over here getting controlled by Quang Lee. Quang Lee's a decent fighter. He has good durability with his calf because I thought his calf was fried after the first 4 or 5 kicks. Chris Gutierrez, the one good thing about him, 2 good things about him. Very good feints. I like how he does that little fake spin fake spin kick, fake spin feint, and I like his calf kicks. But the problem with Chris Gutierrez is he's either boxing or kicking. Boxing or kicking. He needs to mix it up, and that's what Song Yadong took advantage of. In the third or fourth round, he's like, "Oh, this guy just kicks. When he's in kicking range, he just kicks. He doesn't even try to throw punches, get inside. Nothing. When he kicks, I'm just gonna take him down." And that's basically what he did. Knee tap, take him down. Oh, fight was basically over after that. Quang Lee, I think with more preparation, he probably wins this fight. I mean, I think he didn't realize how bad Chris Gutierrez's wrestling is, and his grappling's decent, but his wrestling's pretty bad. But I mean, I guess good win, right? I mean, you beat an underrated guy, minus 700 favorite, whatever he was. Great win, huh? Yeah. Next fight, Danny Barlow versus Nikolai Veretennikov. So, people were all over Danny Barlow, and I didn't understand why. This dude throws the sassiest left hand cross I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this guy throws it like a double F, family friend. He throws it like a double F. I mean, this dude, he waits and then he like clubs it, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, this dude does not want to mess up his nails or his acrylics, his fake nails or something. I don't know what he was doing. I mean, I think people say he's a great striker, this and that. I don't think he's a great striker. I think he's an average striker. I think he doesn't move his head off the center line. He parries. He relies on the parry way too much. Maybe if you throw a jab, hook, same side combo, jab, hook, cross, you'll get him. I mean, I don't think he's that great. And then I think Nikolai, he realized in the third round, he's like, damn, dude, I'm actually better than this guy. Because Danny Barlow started getting tired a little bit. But I think Danny Barlow was kind of upset that he wasn't landing anything. And Nikolai was like, why am I so afraid? This guy's left hand. No, I don't know how people get knocked out by his left hand. He throws it with like a flat wrist. That's why he breaks his hand. He broke his hand in his last fight versus Josh Quinlan. This guy, he throws his left hand like a double F. I mean, that's what it is. And double F stands for family friend. But, I mean, good win. I mean, I don't think he's going to be anything really. No, I don't even think he's top 15. I think, who was he supposed to fight? I think he was supposed to fight like Uros Medic. Yeah, he would have got smoked by Uros Medic. Bad. It would have been bad. Uros Medic is actually a really good kickboxer. At 155, he didn't look like it because he was cutting too much weight. But then at 170, he looks really good. But yeah, Danny Barlow, this guy not top 15. He's gonna lose when someone takes him down. I guarantee you. I don't think his grappling's that good. I haven't seen him grapple, but I just couldn't imagine it being that good. I mean, he's that cross. I mean, when I saw it versus Quinlan, I was like, oh, maybe he broke his hand. That's why he's throwing it like that. Then I saw it again today, and I was like, yeah, dude, this guy, he can't strike. I mean, that's so bad. I mean, how do you box in sparring with like 16 ounces? How do you box? You throw in a punch like that. That's insane. Next fight. Chepe Mariscal versus Damon Jackson. Dude, Chepe is a dog. First, Chepe. If you hear this, please never shave your beard again. Please. Don't shave your beard. Second thing, Damon Jackson, please. Actually, both of you guys. Mariscal, Jackson, please throw an uppercut. In the whole first round, these guys were just ducking their head, trying to get in clinch, trying to headbutt each other. It was insane. Throw an uppercut, throw a knee, throw something. What are you doing? Why are you just allowing yourself to get clinched and then grappled on the fence, cage grappling? Like, why would you don't see these openings? Like, you don't spar that much. You see an uppercut when a guy's ducking his head every single time. I mean, it's insane. These guys were just walking into range with no strikes and just trying to grapple each other. Like it was, I'm watching the freaking Cal Dake wrestle. I don't know. But good win for Mariscal. He should have finished the fight. Jason Herzog, I think he was the referee. What were you doing? I think in the second the fight should have finished, and then in the third it for sure should have been finished with like 30 seconds left or 20 seconds left. Mariscal kept punching, and then when Herzog said like move fighter, and Mariscal would like start, and he would start like being Bilal Muhammad, which is funny enough because I heard him in his corner, and I was like, yeah, this is classic Bilal Muhammad. When he did it for Stephen Thompson, when they asked Stephen Thompson to move when he was getting back flattened out for Bilal, and he goes for a wrist ride, like when the referee was saying, move fighter, move Stephen, whatever he was saying, and then this guy's going for a wrist ride. Throw a couple elbows. Mariscal, throw a couple elbows. But good fight for him. He missed weight, though. That's a big problem. You can't miss weight. I mean, he said he apologized. He didn't want to take the fight if Jackson didn't want to take the fight, which obviously, if Jackson didn't want to take the fight wouldn't happen. But, I mean, it was a good fight. It was probably one of the best fights of the night. But, yeah, Jason Herzog, you need to protect yourself at all times. Not wait until he gets knocked out. I mean, Damon Jackson was lifeless for the past, 2 minutes of the third round. That was insane. Come on. Oh, man. The main event everybody was looking for. Excuse me. Marcin Tybura versus Sergey Spivac. Yeah, if any handicapper, any prediction show, if anybody told you to take Marcin Tybura, never listen to them again. Marcin Tybura just got KO'd by Tom Aspinall. I know Tom Aspinall is great. Oh, Tom Aspinall, the world champion, blah, blah, blah. John Jones doesn't want to fight him, whatever. People look at that and thought that might have been better than what Cyril Gane did to Sergey Spivac. Sergey Spivac, his striking's got a lot better since that Tybura fight. And that's one thing you can say. His striking got a lot better. But Spivak, when he fought Gane, it was out of his element. I mean, Gane, he moves too much. Gane's footwork is just too good for the plotting Sergey. Sergey plots around. He wants to bang until he gets a clinch, but Cyril Gane won't let that happen, and that's what happened. And Marcin Tybura is just not that. Marcin Tybura is just a sloppy, old 30. I think he's 38, and he's bad now. He beats fat heavyweights. He beats Blago Ivanov. He beats Alexander Romanov in altitude when he was getting dominated in the first round. He beats those guys, but I mean, trying to beat Sergey Spivak, yeah, that's not going to happen. Sergey Spivak's actually a pretty decent fighter. He beat Tai Tuivasa on his debut fight or something like that, or second fight. I don't remember. But he beat Tai Tuivasa. He beat Derek Lee. He beat some good fighters. I guess Derek Lee's not that great. Tai Tuivasa's not that great either. But he beat some decent fighters, and I think that people didn't respect him enough. And minus 150 or minus 160, that was an actual joke. I bet on him. I put $5K. I went 3-0. I had Zalal Errens under 2.5, Santos Moneyline, and Spivac Moneyline. And I think people, if you just watch the fights, their previous fights, you'll see the improvements. I mean, you can't garner a fight, and you can't rewatch a fight from 3 or 4 years ago when Spivac was 25 years old against a prime Marcin Tybura at 33 when he's beating like Greg Hardy. It's another fat heavyweight he beat. But nevertheless, Spivac's better. Spivac should look for a good opponent now. Maybe Jailton Almeida. I think he called him out. Jailton Almeida did. Curtis Blades, he just lost. I know UFC doesn't like doing a loss versus win matchup. Both fighters have to be on a win. But maybe they do Almeida versus Spivac, number 1 contender. Or maybe number 2 contender after Cyril Gane, whoever he fights. But, I mean, that was good. That wasn't a good card. It was a terrible card. A lot of decisions. Let me see how many decisions there was. There was a lot. There was plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Yeah, that's dreadful. I mean, UFC, you can't be putting cards like this. I know it's an Apex card. You need to fill it. You need to fill it in for the ESPN contract, but this is not. This is not a good caliber card. I think if you put maybe a better co-main, it would have been a better card. Maybe you put like, I don't even want to say a women's fight because that would even make it better. Maybe like a good flyweight, matchup. Maybe like an Albazi. I guess Albazi probably would have main evented. But Albazi, I don't know where he's been, but he should be fighting soon. But anyways, guys, this was my first video. I probably made a ton of mistakes, but who cares? I mean, it's my first video. No one, don't judge me. But I'm glad I'm making more of these. Hopefully, we can garner some traction. And I'm gonna do a matchmaking video tomorrow or Monday of where all these fighters that won should do it, kind of like how the MMA Guru does it. But I'm gonna give like a breakdown with odds, and hopefully that will be better. And I can continue going with this channel. All right, appreciate you guys. Peace out.